Orlando. I've been out here for about 2.5 years. Currently, I'm a Navy recruiter. We are Navy. Currently, I'm a Navy recruiter, and so naturally, I have to go out and I speak to people and I communicate with people on a daily basis. So as far as breaking ice and all of that, that's never really been an issue for me. I remember about, I want to say almost a year ago now, just close to a year ago now. I was, in my spare time on the weekends, I was noticing, like, if I don't have anything set up or planned, I was throwing money away. So I remember talking to Patrick. I want to say it was around November, and I was telling Patrick, I was like, dang man, I got to figure out something to do on the weekends, because if I don't have anything to do on the weekends, I'm just going to keep throwing my money away. Me and Patrick have been knowing each other anyway for a little while, so Patrick, a couple days later, he was like, hey, I want to invite you out to a meeting. Well, that meeting was a CFRI meeting, and I listened to the people doing presentations and whatnot, and I was able to relate to what they were talking about as far as marketing, closing, but a lot of the terminology I wasn't quite familiar with, but I knew what they were talking about, if that makes sense. So I decided, hey, this is almost the same thing as I'm doing now in the Navy, but it's just a different product. Like, all right, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. But at the time, Julian was actually, he was actually in the process of getting his real estate license too. And there'd be times where I would walk in and I would see just Julian was locked on the computer. I mean, I would speak, hey, how you doing? But he wouldn't even take his eyes off the computer because he was so focused, right? So anyway, my curiosity and all of that started to grow more and more. And I started going to all these different meetup groups. These real estate investing meetup groups, and these people, they would give this wonderful presentation, right? And then, they would get you all engaged, they get you trapped. It's like, all right, I want to know more, right? Then all of a sudden at the end, they're like, now, if you're willing to give us $5,000, then we can help you get to the same level we are, and blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, initially I'd be like, but dang, we come here to learn how to make money, and you over here talking about spending more money. Like, I'm not, I understand the investor, from an investor standpoint, everything is in the investment, like as far as time and money. But I was just thinking, like, dang, well, you're telling me all these things on what you did, but you're not, it's like you're telling me a lot, but you're not telling me anything at all at the same time, unless I give you $5,000. So a few weeks later, heard about the Real Deal Meetup. It was actually a website that Patrick had told me about. So I started watching the videos and everything. I'm like, dang, I just spent $75 to go to a class on creative financing class that I went to with one of the other organizations. I learned a little bit, but I didn't, like I said, I heard a lot, but they wasn't saying a whole lot, if that makes sense. Because at the end of that class, they were telling us that they wanted us to sign up so we could be mentors and students and stuff like that. And they were talking about paying $4,000 or $5,000. So I was like, all right, I ain't got that right now. So, like I said, I ended up looking on the Real Deal Meetup website, and they were talking about the same exact thing, and Charles Blair broke it down. He was even talking about different websites and all this stuff, right? So now, I'm like, damn, I want to learn. Now it seems like I learned more for something than I just, like, I invested 45 minutes of my time, just like when I went to the class, but I didn't spend those $75 to learn that same amount of information. And then I got even more because he was actually telling you how you can do it. Like, he was breaking it down. So anyway, long story short, I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm tired of going to all these classes and everything like that. I'm ready to just do it now. So I decided to go ahead first. I've already decided I'm going to transition out of the Navy. I've heard a lot of people saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But honestly, like, those type of opinions, they don't do nothing but fuel my fire. So I've been going out. I've been constantly going to networking events and everything like that now. But I've been going with a more open mindset. I go there and I learn what I can, and then if I don't learn enough, then of course I won't go back. But it's still a win-win after I go to these events because I get business cards from people and all of that. And eventually I'm going to get to where my ultimate goal is. My ultimate goal is to get my real estate license and also eventually start my own a business and whatnot. But right now I got to take my baby steps, and I feel like I have the right foundation right now with this organization. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of go around the room. It's not a whole lot of us right here at this particular time. So the bright side about that is we can actually hear what people's names is. We can actually find out what organizations they work with, and then we could trade information off and help each other out. So I'm gonna start with, well, I already know Martinique, but I said Martinique, but Martine. I already spoke with Martine, and I want her to start it out, and I want her to just basically say who you are, what brought you to real estate, and then we'll pass the mic.
I'm Martine, and I'm not with any developers or any company or anything just yet, because I'm a beginner, so I'm just trying to get my feet wet. So what brought me here is that, my worker and I were deciding, like, hey, we can depend on people and work the government for financial freedom or when we retire, so we're just like, I guess, real estate is the way to go. So I'm out here.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. All right.
I'm Donnie, and we're starting our own real estate company soon. We had one of those situations where it's similar to what you were talking about with companies or entities or something like that. Like we went to a Shark Tank meetup thing or something like that, and that did the same thing where it was just like pay 10,000, and we'll show you the way or whatever. Nothing was said during that whole meeting. An hour of nothing. So we just thought we'd give this a chance and see where it goes. And so far, the information we got is going pretty good. So.
Yeah, so I guess nothing was said because everybody's trying to figure out how they're gonna make that $10,000.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, sir?
My name is Christian Bartholomew. I'm here with my fiance Linda. She helps me run RCJV Properties. We're based out of Miami. We've been doing in Miami quite a few flips and rentals. I just picked up a couple of multi-family units in Ocala. And so I'm pretty much here just to gather, get some work going there and also meet some like-minded individuals.
All right. So I'm taking that you guys are your company, you're working independently?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. That's, it's crazy. I was actually just talking to John and Martine about that earlier, and like my experience is a little bit limited, but I've actually spoke to several people, and they seemed like they were more comfortable talking to people that were working independently rather than working for a huge real estate company. But when you said that, it just triggered a memory. So, but well, we welcome you. How did you find out about the meeting?
I believe I Googled Ocala Real Estate Club, and then it stumbled me onto LinkedIn.
All right, hey, I like that. Google is a friend of mine too.
Yeah, for sure.
Google for everything. Yep. All right, how about you, sir?
My name is Leroy Spencer, or by Spencer. I originally got my start as I was a former banker when the market crashed in 07, 08. That's where everything kind of got blurry for me. But being a banker, I was exposed to most of this already. And I started in real estate. But the business I started then actually was affected by that, so I took some time off from that. Went got a license as an insurance agent. I've been doing that ever since. So I'm just getting back into it now. Just started at LLC. So I'm getting back into this as a new individual, but I have quite a bit of experience in the real estate market. I chose not to go and get a real estate license because I have realtors I can work with. And I have too much knowledge and too much. When you have a real estate license, not only is it difficult to go and get, it's expensive and you have to maintain. As an insurance agent, I have enough licenses to deal with. I'm licensed now 15 states, so it's a crazy deal. So I'd rather pay someone to do the work for myself than to try to know it all. In that way, you spread out your risk, you learn a lot more, you can do a lot more. Having a group of different people network there rather than doing it all by yourself.
Man, that sounds like a good person to know right there, y'all. But yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
I mean, I've heard
That's
people
right.
talk about all this, some of these guys, these millionaire, these wealthy people. I'm trying to think of it. I can't remember the guy's name right now, but he worked at the steel company. Now, not only that, but now that I think about it, another one, Henry Ford. He didn't even know very much about engineering or anything like that, but he hired the right people. And look at Ford, the Ford Motor Company now. I mean, sometimes it's all about just finding out who knows more than you do and partnering up with. But man, did anybody bring their business cards or anything like that? Or? Yeah, because we're gonna exchange all that information towards the end and everything. But yeah, if you guys have any input during the presentation or something like that, be mindful and raise your hand or something like that. But like I said, welcome. How about you, sir?
My name is Christopher Carter IV. I just had my business center as an investor. I'm just starting out this year, so I'm trying to learn everything I can. At the same thing, other people's buying to learn.
Could you say your first name a lot?
Cicero.
Cicero.
Business name is Nature's Rocket. So, they're trying to get it off the ground right now.
They should say that name that everybody come in contact with. You gotta put that. One thing I can say that, like, I've met people that every time I talk to them, they market. They give me their business card. There's been times where I met somebody 2 or 3 times, and they gave me their business card every time. Like, dude, I already got three of the other ones you gave me.
Branding.
Yeah, so that's really what it is. Branding. I mean, Nike does it. I mean, you can't look the Nike, the Beats, even the Dre Beats. Every time you look at the athletes on the court, they brand it. So whatever you want to go buy some headphones, you go think Beats. You see them all the time. Athletes wear them. Anyway, I can talk to you off here. Keep going. How about you, ma'am? You were just a guest?
Yeah.
Oh, you were just one. Okay. All right. But I was thinking y'all were working together, oh, okay. All right. Well, you care to, oh man.
That's right. Hi, I'm Greg Radford. I'm one half of Radford Homes LLC, and we buy single-family houses, and we hold them for long-term wealth. We're actually closing on a house right now that we are purchasing or acquisitioning. We close on August the 11th. We put it out on Zillow, HotPads, Trulia, and escrow and all, tax, insurance, and the whole 9 yards comes up to $10.50 a month, and we've already leased it. The first day I put it on, I put it out at 5 o'clock in the morning. We released it at 7:30 that morning. Brand new house. We released it for $14.95. You can find us on Radford Homes, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube at Gregory Radford. We buy and hold for long-term wealth. My wife, Sabrina, is the brains of the operation. I'm just the guy to come out here and meet people and talk to people. We also put on several seminars. I teach finance, credit, housing, and I teach military benefits for the ones who have not made it through the maze of the VA. The biggest thing with me and my wife, our mission is to find affordable, clean, livable homes and to rent them out at a fair price. And that's what we've been doing. So if you need us, you can reach us at 931-241-9714 or 863-410-0877 so we can add value to you, hopefully. We own or occupy for long-term wealth.
Man, I just heard a lot of opportunity right there in that presentation right there.
Gregory's an introvert.
Hey, Gregory, welcome, Gregory.
Thanks, man.
You're more than welcome. All right, up next, Smiley.
Hello, everyone. My name is actually Martinique.
Y'all twins? Okay.
But I'm actually here because I'm really interested in finding out more information about real estate. I'm interested in helping homeless individuals just acquire housing. So that's why I'm here today.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. This is my second video.
Well, my name is Yolande Richardson. I am a real estate agent. I've been a real 2005. I've been in the business in and out, even though I always kept my license. But after all, doing my duty as a mother, all my kids are gone now. The youngest is 20. So now I have my full day to do something. And real estate, which is my field, is the thing I'm going to focus on. And doing investment is my goal now. And I found this group. I've been to a lot of meetings, and the shop meeting, I've been there too. So I've been going around and meeting people, and I found this group. And this group is wonderful. So this is my third meeting since they started actually.
Yep, Yolanda is a veteran group now.
So, you know, I'm learning a lot, doing a lot, which is excellent, you know, and a lot of information, free information actually, which is what a lot of people are looking for actually, because when you try to start, you don't have in your mind the money. You don't want to put money first. You want to have more knowledge. You know, that's what you're looking for, and people feel comfortable even when they have the money they're comfortable when they have information first, when they know what they're doing, what they're getting into first. So when I started, when I came at the first meeting, I felt comfortable. I felt welcome. And I mean, it's all about networking, talking to people, feeling comfortable before you start getting more money out. So this, for me, was the perfect group to start getting into real estate investment. And actually, I met a wonderful person yesterday too, Mark, and I'm learning a lot too through what he's doing. So it's all about networking and meeting people and see what you can do and partner with people, you know, see what you can do. So thanks to these guys.
All right, Mark, you got the floor. I like that shirt too, man. I was gonna wait till you left before I said it. Nice shirt.
I can help you out. This is my friend Yolanda. So yeah, I'm Mark Younger. I've been a real estate investor for 12 years. I used to do buy and hold, and I got tired of tenants and toilets and 11 o'clock calls at night and all that, and I went all in. I sold everything that I had, and I went all in on mortgage notes. Not a lot of people know what mortgage notes are, but basically we pick up properties for 40 cents on the dollar from banks, small banks that don't know what to do when somebody doesn't pay the mortgage. They go, they freak out, and they sell them to us. And we buy them, we do what needs to be done, and 6 to 12 months later we sell them for about double what we bought them. Once we've turned them from non-performing to performing notes, which have a lot more value. So come see me if you want to know more about that. We have two ways of interacting with people. We either are looking for investors, or we're looking for people who know investors and pay a pretty penny for people who go and find us investors as well. And we don't pay once, we pay in perpetuity. And if you don't know what in perpetuity means, it means for life. So that's pretty interesting too. So if you're interested in learning a different angle on real estate, come and see me, and we'll chat about it. Well, that's it.
All right, so before I ask the next two guests to come up, well, I wouldn't even say guests, two organizers come up. Like I said, these two people, when I tell you, like, are just straight up and down, the most laid back, honest people that I've met in a long time. I don't even know how I could even go into detail with that I just said. Also, if you ask questions, you ask them any kind of questions, that you won't, if they don't know the answer, they'll at least tell you who they think might know the answer or something like that. But I've never seen them withhold any information on any question that I've asked. And maybe, sometimes I probably need to ask the right question, but I know that if I ask them any kind of question, they will not hold back and give me any information. And you can't really lose with people like that. Because especially in the real, especially the real estate game, I'm pretty sure some of you guys that are a little bit more seasoned know it can be a dogfight. People have families to feed. It's capitalist, capitalism is in full effect with this nation right now. And sometimes people are just too scared to actually extend their hand for fear of you may be pulling them down or whatever the case may be. But when I tell you these two guys are a funnel, they have been a funnel of information for me. And sometimes I might ask some stupid questions, but they never make me feel like it's a stupid question. They answer it. Who knows what they say when they when they walk away, but they've always answered the question and been very, very patient with me and everything like that. I truly appreciate it. But this group is actually an expansion from Baltimore. So Charles Blair, the mad scientist, Brittany Calloway, she's actually going to be stopping by next month. Her nickname is the Sister's Queen. They'll break down a little bit more about them, but Patrick actually went up to a Real Deal meetup event up in Baltimore. And actually, if you look on one of the YouTube videos, you'll see Patrick's bald head right up there in the front, taking notes and whatnot. Well, Patrick, he decided to reach out to Charles Blair, so he reached out to, I forgot to mention with him. So anyway, but he reached out to the organization. They replied, and conversations between emails and phone calls happened, and they decided to expand and start up a Real Deal meetup group here in Orlando. But they already have it on lock up there in the DMV area, the Maryland, Virginia, and DC area. But they decided to expand out here to Orlando, and because of Patrick and Julian, this is why we're having a meetup here. Right. This is literally why we're having it here right now. And all this content and information that they're about to give to you is completely free. We're not going to ask you for 5,000 or 10,000 at the end of it. Now, if you want to give us 5,000 or 10,000, I'm sure they'll accept that. But no money required or nothing like that. It's free content. All right. So without further ado, I want to introduce Patrick and Julian to the floor. And they're going to cover a topic that they're both very, very familiar with. And need I say more?
All right. Give Anthony a hand.
Yeah.
And by the way, Yolanda, thank you very much. Yolanda jumped on board with us very first meeting and said, hey, whatever I can do, I'm here to help. Welcome to right on in, and
good job,
been very instrumental in helping us out. Thank you very much. We look forward to our expansion. Thanks for coming out again. Again, my name is Patrick Jackson. I started in real estate in 2006. Well, let me go way back. Let me start. I was born in upstate New York. 1959. My mom moved to Chicago from upstate New York, and we lived on the south side of Chicago. We lived in an area that was not very good at the time. I mean, this neighborhood was so bad, CBS News did a special called Tenement on our neighborhood. You can look it up on YouTube. When they were actually filming this in 1967, I was actually down the street as a little boy. So it was rough. I mean, the things I saw in life were just eye-opening at a young age. 5, 6, 7 years old. I was watching, wasn't involved, thank God, but I was watching gang activity right in front of my eyes. We lived on what they called the DMZ, which was a militarized zone between the Blackstone Rangers and the South Side Disciples. I sat on my tricycle and I watched the clashes between those two gangs. grew up, my mother then moved us to Washington, D.C. Got us out of that, thank God. Moved to Washington, D.C., lived there for 40 years. During that time, I started my career in asset management, IT asset management. Back in the days in 1980, 81, when PCs first came about, as companies grew their IT assets, they didn't really put together a method to manage it. And when you got $1 million companies now that have, billion-dollar companies that have millions of dollars worth of IT assets, they don't know how to manage those. So that's what we do. We go in and we actually manage those properties, manage the IT assets and set up programs. Million-dollar corporations like AIG, worldwide organization, they have over 400,000 IT assets all over the world. So you can imagine how much it costs for them to do a Windows 10 upgrade. Millions of dollars. So we do the strategic planning and all that. So back in 2006, though, I'm like, if I'm doing this for major corporations, if I'm helping them out, put together their plans to manage millions of dollars, then I should be doing a little something for myself on the side. So I got involved in real estate investing. And I started out with a real estate agent. He was bringing me properties. And I was saying, yes, let's do that one, no, let's don't do that one. We were doing buying homes. Well, 2008 came around, and the properties that I was holding just tanked. I was doing some things, I don't know if you're familiar with deed of trust. We were doing some deed of trust. So what I was doing was, helping people that were in a bad situation. Deed of trust is you're lending them money based on the value of their house, based on their equity in the house. So you become the bank. You lend them money, they pay you back just like they pay a credit card back. Your security in that is the equity in their house. Well, 2008 came and all the houses tanked, so did the equity. So, kind of got me out of the game for a while. But, I got discouraged, lost my house, lost my marriage, lost pretty much everything I had. And my good son Julian here, which was my inspiration, said, Dad, you're not going to quit. This is a kid telling a grown man that he's not going to quit. And I listened to him. This is an amazing young guy right here. Let me tell you all. When he's always been an entrepreneur. I'm going to give you a little story about Julian. My ex-wife and I bought him a little cash register for Christmas. And next thing we know, Julian's out in the driveway selling lemonade with his little cash register. And so, a few hours later, he comes in the house, he's got all this money, he's got money just falling out of his pockets. I'm like, Julian, where'd you get this all? He says, selling lemonade. I said, well, how much you selling for? $5 a cup.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, and all the kids were going in the house getting money from their parents.
$5 a cup.
$5 lemonade. And I said, Julian, no, we can't do that. And he got upset. Oh man, he had a fit because we had to get the money back. But from that, I'm telling you, that's the energy that this young man brings to the table here. So now, he's a real estate agent. I'm going to let him tell you a little about what he does. But it's going to amaze you. But he had his real estate license, like I said, even before he graduated from high school. And he's been doing it now for 2 years, 2.5 years. He's getting in a position right now where he becomes a broker if he decides to.
Wow.
And we come as a team. I'm doing some real estate investing. He's doing some real estate investing. Right now we're doing more wholesaling than anything. Because what we're doing is building up our capital to get into some other ventures that we'll explain too. So, Julian, why don't you talk a little bit about, I'm sorry, just before you do that, let me give you guys just a briefing on what we're going to do here. After the introduction, for the folks that are just getting into the business, and even for the ones that have been into the business for a while, I'm going to give you guys just a brief presentation on what we use as a system to communicate with the investors that we work with. We work with investors all over the country right now. We have a cloud-based system. I'm going to show you all that. And then at the end of all this, because you guys came out, I'm going to give you a cheat sheet for free that will help you set up this cloud-based system if you choose to do so. And a couple more cheat sheets are on the CD as well. So thank you for coming out. Again, the Real Deal Meetup is an extension, like Anthony was saying, of a meetup week that they started in 2006 up in Baltimore, Maryland. Charles Blair, they call him the mad scientist. He is a marketing genius. He taught all these so-called gurus out here, Dan Merrill, a lot of the folks that are running around Orlando right now trying to get you $10,000, $20,000 for signing up to them. He taught them how to set up their marketing program. His way of giving back is the meetup. Everything is what we call free 99. All this information that we're going to bring to you all, we're going to make sure that we get the extension from up there. They've been doing this since 2006. They have over 6,000 members in their meetup group. And everything that they have, we're going to bring here. We're going to make sure that it extends into Orlando and that we grow, hopefully just as big or even bigger as they are. So again, thank you guys for coming.